As children, I think we all like a thunderstorm. We like to look out of the window and see the lightning flashing across the sky. Although I guess not all children like that sort of thing, but I guess many do, many did, many still do as adults. A storm comes. You look out the window and you see the lightning flashing across the sky, and God willing you feel safe in your house and you're not at the top of a block of flats or something. But either way you look at it, you get to kind of realise that the lightning doesn't usually strike your house. So you kind of look out the window and you see this streak of lightning flashing across the sky, and it's really exciting. Then suddenly you hear the thunderbolts, etc. Well, it is interesting when you look at these verses here. Dare I look? Dare we look? Dare we read? So in Luke chapter 17, verse 24, for as the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. So a thunderstorm breaks out in your town, your area. You look out of the window and it's kind of like from one end of town to the other. But what if you had a lightning flashing across the sky from, as it says here, the old King James Version, for as the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven. So you're looking at one part of heaven unto the other, so streaking across the sky from one end of heaven to the other, heaven here being the skies. So if you can get a bird's eye view out there, you wouldn't just see this lightning flashing across the sky in your district, in your town, in your region, in your area, but this lightning flashing across the whole sky from one end of heaven to the other. This is one account of this lightning that it's talking about here. For as the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. There's many of us talking about the second coming of Jesus Christ. But what do we expect? Those that haven't looked into the scriptures, what are you going to expect? Well, of course you hear so many people talking about so many different things regarding the second coming of Jesus Christ. Well, hopefully this will give you some idea, and not in my words, but in these words here, for as the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. Now, why did he say that? He's saying when the Son of Man, in other words, the Son of God, Jesus Christ, comes back, it's something you won't miss. It's something we all won't miss. It's something every eye shall see. Behold, it says, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Every eye is going to see this lightning. Jesus coming back, symbolised here as lightning. It's something you won't miss. You're going to see Jesus in the clouds of heaven. It'd be like the mightiest thunderstorm you ever witnessed. The brightest, mightiest, glorious lightning bolts flashing across the sky from one end of heaven to the other. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Everyone's going to see Jesus. There's not one person that's going to miss this lightning that streaks across the sky, as Jesus puts it here. For as the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. Now why did he say that? Verse 23. And they shall say to you, see here or see there, go not after them nor follow them. So some are going to say he's in the secret place, or he's over here, or he's over there, or you're going to meet Jesus in a secret way. No, every eye is going to see Jesus when he comes back in the clouds of heaven. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Everyone's going to see him. It's going to be like lightning flashing across the sky from the east unto the west. So it says here, verse 30, even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed in heaven. It'll be something you can't miss, just like if there is a thunderstorm. Lightning flashing from one end of heaven to the other, it's something you won't miss. And it goes on to talk about the resurrection here. 2 men shall be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding together, the one shall be taken and the other left. So then the disciples and they answered the disciples and said unto him, where, Lord? And he said unto them, wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. So he's talking about the resurrection. And of course, if you're one of those that feel safe and are trusting in Jesus, you're looking forward to the second coming of Jesus Christ. You're looking forward to the resurrection. You're looking forward to the day when you'll be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. The dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. 2 men shall be in the field, or the one shall be taken and the other left. And they answered and said unto him, where, Lord? 2 women shall be grinding together, the one shall be taken and the other left. And they answered and said unto him, where, Lord? And he said unto them, wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. Well, that's one account, and there's other accounts of the same, lightning being the subject of the great matter here, the great matter of the second coming of Jesus Christ. So let's go here, and we're looking at Matthew 24:27. It's something every eye is going to see. It's something the whole world is going to see, because the lightning in this symbolic sense, Jesus returning and his second coming in this literal sense, is going to be symbolically, looking at this, like lightning that streaks across the sky, like a mighty thunderstorm, so to speak. And yet the glory of a lightning storm, you're safe in your house. You know you're looking forward to the resurrection when the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so when you see Jesus coming back in the clouds of heaven with great glory, with this great symbolic thunderstorm, this great symbolic lightning streaking across the sky from one end of heaven to the other, then you, knowing that you're safe, are going to be looking forward to those days. Well, here's another account of verse 27 here in Matthew 24. For as the lightning cometh out of the east. Now you're looking east. Now all those over there in the east, the eastern part of the world. For as the lightning, where does the sun rise? The sun rises in the east, it sets in the west. So we're not looking at just your town, your district, your area, your small little country. We're looking at not just Europe. We're looking at not just America. We're looking at not just Asia. We're looking at not just Australia. We're looking at lightning streaking across the sky from the east unto the west, the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. So you'll see Jesus coming back in the clouds of heaven. Every eye is going to see him. It's a one-time event that you cannot miss, the second coming of Jesus Christ. These words say the same. So, verse 27, for as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth unto the west. Don't forget, this is east right across the sky. From east to west, from the rising of the sun to the setting of the sun. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Where, Lord? So the resurrection at the time of Jesus Christ, the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them to meet the Lord in the air. Where, Lord? For wheresoever the carcass is, Jesus symbolic of a carcass here, wheresoever the body is, it says in the other verse. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. It goes on, verse 29, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So quite a mighty thunderstorm in this respect, the second coming of Jesus Christ. Quite a show up there amongst the cosmos, amongst the clouds and in the heavens. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So quite a mighty, thunderous occasion in time when Jesus indeed returns at his second coming. And it's something every eye is going to see. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. So all the tribes of the earth are mourning here, because he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. If you saw a thunderstorm that stretched from one end of heaven to the other, if you saw lightning streaking across the sky from the east unto the west, if you saw the sun dark and the moon turn to blood and the stars falling from the skies, then wouldn't you look up? It's something every eye is going to see. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the one end of heaven to the other. So a spectacular second coming of Jesus Christ. Every eye witnessing Jesus Christ coming in the clouds of heaven. Suddenly it's as if a thunderstorm is about to break out. The sun shall be turned to darkness, and the moon to blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. It's something every eye shall see. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all of the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. So the sun shall be turned to darkness, the moon to blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. It's a one-time event when every eye shall see him, and the tribes of the earth shall mourn when they shall see the Son of Man come in the clouds of heaven with great glory. And when he sends forth his angels to gather together his elect from the four winds, every eye is going to see this. So we're looking at now, again, another account of the second coming of Jesus Christ. And we're in Revelation chapter 6, verse 12. And lo, there was a great earthquake. So quite a thunderstorm, quite an event. We've got stars of heaven falling to the earth. We got the sun turned to darkness and the moon turned to blood. We've got all of the tribes of the earth mourning, and they shall see the second coming of Jesus Christ. We've got the angels going forth, sent forth to gather together his elects, to gather together the Christians. We've got the dead in Christ rising first. We've got Jesus symbolised as a carcass, and wheresoever the carcass is, the eagles will be gathered together. So quite a spectacular storm, an incredible storm. The biggest thunderstorm ever in this symbolic sense, in that the lightning is going to streak across the sky from the east unto the west. And I beheld when he opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree cast for untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll. Another aspect of this great and mighty, incredible, powerful second coming of Jesus Christ. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree cast for untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. So the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains, said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth upon the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come. So it's something you cannot miss. It's something the world will not miss. It's something every eye shall see. It's something every Christian should be looking forward to. It's something, a one-time event when Jesus will send forth his angels with the mighty sound of a great trumpet to gather together his elect from the four winds. The dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. So praise Jesus.